Giveaway, you say? Oh, yeah. Figure Fight Club is the official giveaway channel of Action Figure YouTube.
Thank you, members, for the love you bring, for every shared story and the joy you sing. To our sponsors, your support's the key. Together we build this legacy. Collectors unite in this fight we thrive. Figure Fight Club, our passions alive. Yeah. Unboxings and battles, the thrill of every find. Trading tales and treasures. Flash in the night. Join the Figure Fight Club, where legends ignite. Decepticast, the battle's on. Action figures, heroes drawn. Transform and roll out, let's take a stand. In the ring of toys, we'll make our stand. From Galvatron to Starscream, they're ready to fight. With every twist and turn, they light up the night. Collectors gather round, it's a sight to behold. With stories of valor and legends retold. Decepticast, the battle's on. Action figures, heroes jam. Transform and roll out, let's take a stand. In the ring of toys, they'll make our stand. So grab your figures, let's make some noise. In the arena of action, we're all just toys. With every epic showdown, we'll cheer and we'll shout. In the Decepticast, there's no room for doubt. Decepticast, the battle's on. Action figures, heroes drawn. Transforming more out, let's take a stand.
Hello, welcome everybody. Episode number 34 of Decepticast, titled Hasbro Went Rogue, Galvatron's Bad Comedy, and Star Saber Overload. It's a good title, Zaldron. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, Anna dipped a little bit. I see that she is back. I'd like to welcome everybody in the chat. And while we're at it, my co-host, Anna. Welcome to the stage. How are you doing this evening?
I always have to go out and in to make the sound work these days. StreamYard must have updated something in my tablet doesn't like. Or my tablet updated something that StreamYard doesn't like.
If I don't open my Unify fast enough before I open the internet browser, I won't hear sound. I project fine, but I can't hear it as well. So
it'd be kind of fun to do a show where we can't hear each other, so we just try to say what we think the other one was going. But
that would be fun for us, but probably horrible for whoever's watching.
It'd be funny once, and then if we ever did it again, we would lose every single viewer. So otherwise, doing good. How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. Just got home, just ate dinner, and I am ready to maybe rehash some stuff that happened last night. I don't know. I want to say a big thank you to all of our viewers that are on Decepticast, usually during Decepticast, came over to our road show we had last night on the Forge. I know I saw Stu in there. I saw Jedi Ben, Abby, and Lou. So, and if for anybody else, if you guys were in there and you were just being silent in the background, we appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, people. It was a lot of fun to go over there to the Forge for a night and talk about robots.
Yep. Yeah, it was fun. I've watched those guys multiple times. Typically, I'll have them on during when I'm at work, and I think the plan is to get them on here eventually. So it's always fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yep, it's always fun to network with other Transformer fans, and those guys were fun to talk to last night.
It was kind of nostalgic for me because TFLP was always 4 people, so I was kind of used to that 4-person setup.
Yep.
I like our 2 people though. It's fun. We do a good job. It's just the 2 of us.
Right. It's a little more intimate, right?
Right. You get to hear our opinions on everything.
Yeah. Sometimes they might not be the best opinions. Well, that's why they're opinions, right? It's not fact.
I think they're the best opinions. At least mine. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
But real fast, let me give some shout outs to some people in the chat. We have Zaldron, K-Dog Broadcasting, me, I was in the chat, Fig Fan Samurai, Stew for Lunch, Tim Brower 0666, Articulated Times, and thank you guys for showing up. And Anna, we always start off with showing things off, like new acquisitions. Did you pick up anything this week?
I'm busy transforming one of the things I got. You're supposed to stall for me a little bit. It's a little clicking and clacking. Yeah, definitely not going to show this off first because I'm hoping you'll take a turn so I can finish it. But
I have multiple things to show off, so I could.
Me too.
Okay.
So I'll first show off the blockies. So I decided that with the newest set of the Galaxy blockies, I wasn't going to buy the box because I only wanted 2 of them, right? I was going to actually visit our friend over at Collecticon and order them separately and get just a couple. That's exactly what I did. I got just Triptychon and the important one, of course. As an RC collector, I have to get RC. She's in a terrible pose right now. You gotta pose like an adult lady. There you go.
Thanks for hopping in, Jedi Ben.
So yeah, both are new molds, right? Like there's really not reused parts in either of these. Like they have the usual torso on Triptychon. She does not have the usual torso. She's actually built differently because she is significantly smaller than most blockies. Just to make things nice, I didn't braid a blocky with me, a regular one. I just have Triptychon. So I'd be like,
the torso does look slender, but her legs look longer than most blockies' legs.
Yeah, she ends up being about as tall as the rest of them. Mm-hmm. She's just a little, more than smaller and, less of a toy. She's just a different toy. Right. One thing that Collecticon pointed out to me with the figure before I ended up getting it was that the box was going to be extremely light. She weighs so much less than your general blocky. She weighs nothing. The box feels like it's empty. You open it and you're like, there's nothing in here, but there she is. She's pretty cool. She's a different kind of build. Her knees and elbows are really hard to get in there because they're built differently than the rest of them. They kind of clip in a different way. But she ends up with, double jointed knees, which is worth it. Does not have double jointed elbows. And yeah, she's pretty cool. I think she's a pretty cool non-transforming RC.
Who else was in that wave? It had that Springer in it, right?
It has Springer in it. It has a lot of people in it. I just don't. Just not as excited for them.
Right. That don't do it for you.
I think you've expressed the same thing. You build a lot of blockies, right? You build 5, 10, 100, whatever. And it's fun and they're cool and they're pretty good little figures. It's just, what in the world do you do with them all? Right? Especially the Galaxy. The Defender, I at least kind of feel go okay with Titans and stuff. So you can kind of play with those with some of your bigger toys. But these guys just don't really fit anywhere in a typical collection. So they kind of have to go off by themselves. I don't really want a giant blockies collection. So I'm just sticking to the characters I think are really cool, which includes her. And then Triptychon is unique.
Now, does her feet fit in the normal stands?
I believe they will. I believe she has just the right size holes to fit on the usual kind of Duplo looking blocky stands. She did not.
Oh.
She did not.
What about Triptychon?
He did not. No stands.
Oh, that wave's not coming with stands, huh?
I don't think so. I don't think they did stands in the last one either.
Really?
Okay. I think this is the second one without stands. Because I think the toys themselves got a little more complex. So I think to cut costs, they took a little plastic out of those stands and they put it into the figures.
Right.
I mean, they're both really nice. I have no regrets on either. I don't know where Triptychon goes in my collection at all, but...
when you pulled it up at first, I thought it was the Dr. Wu Triptychon.
I have a feeling they're very similar size. It is really cool.
Oh wow! It opens there.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
Right. It's really fun, but at the same time, I was like, should I slip this in by a Dr. Wu or something? I don't know, but it's no, they're much smaller than Dr. Wu. That's the size of him, and a Dr. Wu figure is. Oh, where's my Thundercracker? I still have my pile of Thundercrackers from Thundercracker Week. Dr. Wu is this big. So this does not scale correctly.
Nope.
So whatever. It's fun. it goes in your Triptychon collection if you have one of those. That's enough of the blockies. What you got?
Okay. Before I show off what I want to show off first, I want to say hello to Hustles. Thanks for hopping in. Who else did I saw? Nikatronus. Thank you for hopping in. So while Jedi Ben is still in here, hopefully still in here, I received a package from Jedi Ben.
Oh, nice.
So you know how I mentioned the single issue for 2025's Free Comic Book Day isn't available digitally. Well, Jedi Ben sent me one of the extra copies he had.
Nice.
So now when we get to that point, I will be able to read it and not have to get it by nefarious ways.
You were set.
And there's a little bit of a spoiler on that cover, so if you're not caught up, don't look at it.
That's just a piece of a Jeep. It's not anything else.
A Jeep.
Unimportant. A what? No.
Back. You got another thing, Anna?
I do, but you said you have a lot, right? You actually have a big pile this week?
Well, on the top of the blockies.
All right. Blockies.
So another thing I was whining about, I bought all those Wave 6 Galaxy versions at Walmart for like $1.25 or something like that. Mm-hmm. I got all kinds of dupes, and I didn't get Sunstreaker. So Minhoza, I hope he's in here. He sent me a dupe of his Sunstreaker. So now nice. I have a complete wave of Wave 6. So I knocked that one out. It's like it probably wouldn't have bothered me as much because, like you said, just trying to get out of the blockies, not as deep with the Galaxy stuff. The Defender
not
stuff,
as deep, yeah.
Like you mentioned, they also take up less space, so
yes.
It makes it a little bit easier to collect the Defender stuff. But yeah, I got two more things, but I'm going to give you back the floor.
All right, sure.
You want me to keep going?
No, I'm playing with it. I'm not transforming it anymore. I forgot to bring these instructions because no one will know what the heck this is. But that's okay because I want to give everyone a little culture on a little company I like to call 52 Toys that makes Beast Box and also a fun little line called Beast Drive. Showing off the first Beast Drive figure I've ever shown off on our show. This is Beast Drive Fickle Step. It is a cat that turns into a little like Mini Cooper style thing, perhaps. Like you can see the halves of the car there. Get a full car mode transformation. It is both a model kit and a fully transforming figure. So you do put it together. The way they do things is they actually give you a fully functional transforming skeleton, like pre-assembled, because they make Beast Box, right? So they know how to do transforming toys. So they give you a fully transforming skeleton, and then you clip all the car and cat parts on to make it into an individual figure. That way, they can make 3 different cat cars over the course of the next few months without having to make a new skeleton. And you get to build them all and you switch parts. It's pretty new.
52 Toys? Okay.
It's pretty new.
Have to build.
Well, they have some buildable stuff like they do for other lines. Beast Drive's been around for a few years. This is the, 4th, 5th unique mold for Beast Drive 5th. Because there are fish. So there's like a shark and some other fish. They've done several of most of them. There's like a dinosaur bird. There's a dinosaur not bird. There is a squirrel and a rabbit that also gets a sugar glider. Eventually, they're going to make one out of that. And then there is a, what's the last one? It's like a gorilla that turns into a truck. That one is bigger and more expensive.
So it's like the amalgamation of Optimus Prime and Optimus Primal.
It is. It's a gorilla that turns into a truck. We're familiar with that from somewhere. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, I love Beast Drive. I think Beast Drive is a really cool line. I have, one of every type. I don't have all the fish. I don't have the rabbit and the squirrel. I just have the rabbit. I want the squirrel actually as well. I really like these. They are a little bit fickle to transform. Funny because this one's called Fickle Stuff, right? They're a little bit finicky, is what I wanted to say, to transform. Fickle Step is really finicky to transform, right? Like, it's probably the most difficult to transform of the whole line so far. It really does make a really nice compact car. Has a little kitty mouth with teeth.
Does mouth articulate?
It does, yeah. It closes and opens. A little harder to move, but I can close it.
It looks like to me they need to turn that into a Ravage.
Yeah, right? Like, it's kind of a Alternator's Ravage type deal, right? Because we got a little cat car out of Alternator's Ravage, and here's a new cat car. There is, they named the two colors. One was named, like, Midnight something or another. So I have a feeling it'll be a black cat. So maybe we'll get a little more Ravage-like from that one. But yeah, I'm really excited about this toy. I think it's really cool. It's one that I've been happy to have for a while. I just hadn't had time to put it together till this weekend. And yeah, there it is, little Fickle Step. And it says meow.
And Trey, Toyomic Trey, welcome. I saw you got your Nemesis. You lucked out that you got in on time on that reissue. You didn't have to pay too much of a markup. But let's see. So I have two more things. I might as well show them off together. I kind of showed this off a little bit last night. But, you know, Show Z is doing these like 9 p.m. drops. So I got Defender version, was that 6?
Nice.
That came in the mail from Show Z. You know what's funny is last time I got a whole Defender box from Show Z, it was the Chinese writing. And
they have English this time. Interesting.
It's either I either got the English and or they're just standardizing their language on it. So this one has the last two pieces that you need for Bruticus, and you can kind of see on there. It's so reflective. The Bruticus. I still need to get Defender Wave 4 and 5 to build Bruticus because I got the Bruticus kit in the mail as well. Came the same day as Defender Wave. And the funny thing is, same thing with this guy. The previous one, a bunch of Chinese writing on it. This one's...
Oh, yeah. Huh, interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know if they sent it to the States and then they used the English one, or if Blockies is kind of doing a package update where it's all standardized.
I think we need to make an ultimate team up because I have waves 5 and 6. I have waves 4 and 5, but I don't have wave 6 or the kit yet. So we need to team up and put them together. So you have one complete Bruticus.
Shogun Omega, thanks for hopping in. Appreciate it. Do you have anything else
for both of us?
Yeah. Do you have anything else to swap? Or should we?
I've shown off enough for the day.
All right.
Got to save some for next time.
So let's get into it. So, like I said earlier, tonight's episode, the Hasbro went rogue, Galvatron's Bad Comedy, and Star Saber Overload. So, kind of hinting at what you might see on the slideshow tonight. And first off, like always, we start off with official toy news.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
Yeah. Yo, not right, man.
We now return to the Transformers.
And don't forget to head on to Collecticon Toys like Anna did and purchase some individual blockies instead of the whole wave. Use FFC 10 to get 10% off your entire order. And so first up, Hasbro Transformers Evergreen stuff is showing up in Asia. This is probably, what are these, 2 and 4 step simple transformation Transformers. You got Prime, Elita 1, and Bumblebee.
Gosh, do I need to get the Elita and the RC from the Evergreen line because I collect all the woman Transformers? I don't know. Ugh, I don't want those toys.
Well, you know what's funny? It's like Bumblebee and Optimus Prime are 4 steps, where Elita is 8 steps. So I wonder if she got the budget of that wave.
She looks a little more complicated than the
Yeah.
average one. Like, she looks like a decent, like, old school warrior class type of deal. She looks okay.
And then here's a little bit closer image of Bumblebee and Optimus Prime. And moving on to the simpler side of Transformers, Cyberverse, Arachnid.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Arachnid given a very typical spider mode, right? Because usually it's very strange spidery type thing with helicopter focus, but this time
And I
you're
said
a weird little spider.
Verse, and I
You
meant
did.
World.
I don't see the need to correct you. It says it on the screen.
Right. So it's I didn't watch all of Cyber World. So did she make an appearance in Cyber World?
You know, I didn't make it that far either. So I don't know. Yeah. I kind of gave up on it too.
Also, out of nowhere this week, Hasbro's like, hey, we knew we had some toys coming because of all the leaks, but we didn't know about a fan stream till like the day before, or maybe it was a day of they dropped it.
You're mean, Taleb. You got the like worst picture of Nate possible. He's got his eyes closed there. Poor guy.
Yeah, it looks like Mark's kind of got his closed a little bit too, but not as much as Nate's. But
a little bit. He's like mid squint, but it's not too bad.
Evan definitely looks like he has his eyes closed. It almost looks like he's approving of what they're about to say.
Yeah, sagely approving of them.
But so, kind of a recap. We got our smoke screen. Some of these are newer images we didn't have last week. So we got our Transformers Prime smoke screen, our animated Ratchet, Prime Cliff Jumper, G1 Swerve. These are all the deluxes. 5 deluxes again. Power Glide. Anna, did you pre-order any of this stuff?
I actually didn't. I should probably pick up a Power Glide eventually, but
yeah, I think Power Glide's sold out on Pulse.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'll dig one up somewhere.
The most talked about figure probably last week, Nexus Prime, and then this was kind of new, so we hadn't really seen much of Nexus Prime other than the promo images, and there was a lot of talk about Nexus Prime, and then they showed us how it can merge with the rear end of Silverbolt's spaceship saucer part.
I felt so vindicated. So many people over the last week were telling me like I was going way too far, thinking that, he was going to work with Silverbolt parts and all that. And then they just showed everything. And it was like, yeah, I was right about all of it. I knew it. There he goes. Airplane butt.
Let's see. So here's some of the highlights from the show. Mark confirmed making limbs for Nexus Prime is planned for 2027. They really couldn't get into it. You could tell, because I don't think it's legal, but it's just that their rules. They can't divulge what's coming out the next year. Mark wants to do a zombie cliff jumper, which is hilarious because Cliff, everybody, if you've watched Prime, Cliff Jumper doesn't make it past the first episode.
Too expensive.
They mentioned Misa-san is a new Takara Tomy designer, and he's worked with Mark on Smokescreen. They mentioned that Smokescreen has suicide doors, but I don't think that's the correct term. Suicide doors usually open backwards. It's like the Lamborghini style doors. I forget the name of those style doors, but
yeah, I saw someone was correcting them in the comments as it happened. They were like, no, It's the other kind of doors, and whatever.
As the chat usually does sometimes in those big streams. Typically I have the chat off. Let's see what else. Nexus was originally going to be a leader and a whole combiner. And there was also thoughts of making it a Duocon, but then there were some design changes, and they decided to go with a Voyager. That's interesting. How do you think that would have worked out with a leader with combined pieces? Do you think do you think this is a better route the way they took?
Probably, because I see something more akin to the what was it? It was Cyberverse when they did the combiners. They did the very simple combiners where they gave you one center figure and like G1 style limbs where it's like they barely transform and they just have like little nubs of arms. I think it would have ended up being something like that, right? It would have been very simple. Or maybe even like a Power Core Combiners homage. I would have liked that. That's like the only way they could pull it off, really, is doing something like a Power Core where they don't actually have robot modes. It's just vehicles. Like, you know, here's 4 motorcycles that latch to them.
Yeah. Let's see. There was some more about Nexus Prime. The combined head is a Covenant of Primus based. Let's see. Next, there was a little bit of more info on Liege. Liege Maximo can sit in the Studio Series 86 Starscream throne. You just have to remove the backpack, and then the backpack can plug into the throne, but it still looks like that scene from the G2 comic.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that they bothered doing that for the avocado. I'm glad.
Yeah,
for
and
him.
I think this evening Mark posted that image on his Instagram. And he's like, there was a little bit of digital editing on this. I think he put something in his hand. And then one of the other things, not a lot of people caught this little tidbit, but when they were looking at Power Glide, they were talking about deluxe mini bots and the possible reuse of those molds. And Throttle Bots was mentioned about doing those in those deluxe molds.
And what they said is if we do the Throttle Bots, they'll definitely be retools or repaints of our mini bots, right? So don't get too excited that they're going to get unique molds.
Right. And a lot of the Throttle Bots anyways were very simplistic, almost similar designs. So
oh yeah, definitely.
Let's see. I saw a few more people hop in the chat. I saw Sneaky Figures. Thanks for hopping in. Appreciate you for stopping in. And then let's see. Next up, so I think Nate posted this. Kind of shows a size comparison of how tall Liege is compared to Wheelie that we're waiting in Onyx Prime.
That's a big old avocado. I'm pretty excited for it.
And then another thing that was dropped, I think Nate dropped this as well. We didn't get to see this during the live stream. There was a little bit of the image on the back of the box, but Power Glide gets his heart.
It's cute when they do the thing that was in the one episode. They also did that with the mask. They gave him the mask too, so that's cool.
Yep. Was it Gears they gave something like his? Was it like he became nice or something like that? Like something came out of his chest and they kind of gave that opening in his chest.
I think he has a spot where you can see that.
Let's see. So next up, Takara showed off some previews that are coming this week for their overgear. Thanks for hopping in, LP. Do we like the Energon universe? Yeah, I like it. We're reading it. If you stick around to the end, we are covering some issues. Transformers.
We're covering 2 issues a week.
Yep, Transformers issue 2 and Void Rivals issue 6. So they showed off Overgear, some colored images. The only thing we've seen is just the gray prototypes. They dropped a video, but there is a live event for Takara on the 13th.
I know. Zeldron just called it an Energon Ironhide upgrade, and it is such an Energon Ironhide look to it. Like, I feel like Overgear Ironhide accomplishes style gen so much better than that Hot Rod does, right? Because it's combining guys named Ironhide, because it's got some of the red to homage G1. It's got the overall look in robot mode of the Energon look. And then it really does feel like it's supposed to be homaging the movie Ironhide. So it's really cool that it puts that all together. I love that style gen idea that didn't get realized with that Hot Rod. So I want that one.
I'm curious how these look next to other Transformers. I know scales out the window with some of this stuff. There's going to be their own thing, but it just kind of be curious size-wise and stuff like that.
Yeah, they don't really look MP complexity, do they? They look kind of like... They don't really look mainline complexity either. They look like Takara does whatever they want complexity.
Let's see. Next up, probably one of the coolest reveals. We knew it was happening, right? Like, we might not have seen listings or anything like that, but a tune accurate Grimlock, Missing Link Grimlock, we knew that was coming.
Do you think they're going to go back and redo the Optimus to make him a little more tune accurate? Because I don't really feel that the tune Optimus they released is at the level of this and the Clip Jumper B.
Right. Yeah. I can see them finding any reason to go back to do that Optimus Prime mold again.
They didn't do Toon Streaker either. They didn't do Sunstreaker in Toon colors.
Right. Yeah. And then next up, we kind of got an update or a look at the colored version of the Synergix, whatever, the Transformers crossover with Evangelion. I always have to think before I say Ava. I don't want to mess it up. You know, it's like
Fans
Naruto,
have been messing
right?
it up forever.
I know.
Evangelion, whatever.
And then they actually had the gray models at Wonderfest. So there was a little bit of a Transformers presence at Wonderfest, but not anything really new. There was some toys that you could only get at Wonderfest. So they had these paralyzing toys, soft vinyl Starscream, Skywarp, Thundercracker, Twincast were available at Wonderfest. And along with these like these resin figures of Ultra Magnus, Megatron, Optimus Prime, and Grimlock. Welcome, Minhoza. I was just saying earlier when we were showing what we got in the mail, I got that Sunstreaker in the mail, so I appreciate you sending that to complete my set of Blockies Wave 6. Let's see. So we had some more stuff at Wonderfest. So the 3-0. So there was a lot of action figure stuff at Wonderfest. So that's why I said, like, the car didn't really have much. 3-0 had a little bit. And I thought it was funny that look what that sign says directly under Shockwave, and somebody snuck out a photo. And this is their Bumblebee movie, DLX, Shockwave, and Bumblebee. And some of these I got directly from 3-0's website, or Facebook page.
Not the one with the no pictures, please, though.
Right. Yeah, that one was from somebody else. That was on the Chinese Weibo page. I can't remember which user. But do you have enough Bumblebee in your life, Anna?
Not yet. Gonna need that one.
Well, Yellow Park teased, and then they delivered some images for the G1 AMK Pro Series Bumblebee. And as it says on the images, this guy has diecast, kind of like all their other AMK Pro stuff. He also comes with a little minifigure, Spike.
Spike is hideous. I love it. This thing, like the thing that gets me is they gave him 3 faces and none of them are good.
Right. I thought the same thing. It's like, what is he? It's like he's whistling on the left one. The right one, it looks like he's whelmed.
He looks like he's smiling. He looks like he's someone who's heard what smiling is on television,
right,
but doesn't actually know what smiling is.
Yeah, he almost like that. Almost seems like the mouth that Optimus Prime would make in issue 2 of the Energon universe, Transformers issue 2. Yeah. So, are you in on this, Anna? Since you are
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, I don't have much Yellow Park stuff, but it's Bumblebee. It looks really good, except for the faces. Like, I really do like the look. Few things really get Bumblebee's look really correct as per the cartoon, because he's really hard to make a transforming Transformer of.
Yeah. Let's see. So there was some more stuff from Yellow Park. They showed off a little teaser video of their Optimus Primal. A lot of no wide shots. So it's all close-ups of the chest, the shoulders, the legs, little shock that's in the feet. I'm really digging what they're doing with this Beast Wars stuff. But like I said last night, I have the masterpiece of Primal. I don't think I need another Primal.
I just don't think Beast Wars is the set to get something that doesn't transform, because Beast Wars was all about transforming.
Yeah. Yeah, they were almost in their alt modes more than they were their...
They were, especially early on.
Yeah. Let's see. Moving on to third-party news. So first up, DNA is just doing kit after kit. Like, we're getting like 2 drops a week. So this is the upgrade kit for Razor Claw. Is that the name of this one?
Yes.
So you can kind of see he gets a pair of extra blasters, some feet, some wing bits, a mask. And then here's some updated images with all the bits on.
The right person will be very excited about this. I'm
right.
kind of, it's fine. I didn't even get Tiger Hawk, honestly.
Yeah, same here. I thought about it, and I'm like, I didn't really like it.
I didn't really like the character, to be honest. There's a hot take for you, right? Like, I didn't really like Tiger Hawk in the cartoon. I got really hyped about it. It was a neat toy, and then the character was actually displayed, and I was like, oh god, this is kind of And they weren't around very long.
Shogun, I am the hottest free agent, not sneaky. Let's see. Next up, probably something that might make me get this G2 Grimlock.
Yeah, right.
They're doing the blue mode Godzilla. Oh, they can't use any of these words in their promo. They called it blue mode. But this is DK-67B G2 Monster King upgrade kit. If you guys remember, I don't remember if we were doing the Decepticast when that was announced, but so Takara did a crossover with Godzilla and turned the Grimlock mold into a Godzilla. Not really. It didn't look a whole lot like Godzilla until DNA did an upgrade kit for it. So now they're doing it for the blue G2 version of Grimlock.
When they did the kit for regular color Godzilla, did they provide that head? Was that head with that, or is this head new for blue?
You talking about the robot mode head?
Yeah, the robot mode head where he's wearing a dinosaur.
That's new.
Wearing a Godzilla, I suppose.
Yeah, I think that's new.
It's a pretty cool head. I like that head.
It almost looks like the Volcanicus head a little bit. But it's got like Godzilla, but it's got Godzilla's like top of crown of his head.
Yeah, the face feels a little more like the IDW look. It's homaging some things. I think it's super cool. Yeah. But something we need to tell everyone, this kit is not cheap.
Yeah, how much was do you remember how much the previous one was? Like, it was almost as much as the figure.
Yeah, and I want to say this one is following suit. It's like somewhere between 40 and 60, I think.
Well, I will say though, Walmart is clearancing out all the stuff that was in their collector's thing, and this was over there at a few of my Walmarts. So you might be able to get this guy for half off.
Yeah, if you get that and then add the kit, you get yourself a pretty fun Godzilla reference.
Yeah,
Godzilla can be blue. That's fine.
Let's see. Moving on. Galaxy Toys. I would almost say one of our favorite micro scales coming out.
Because there's 2.
Right, yeah. So we got blasted with all their Seekers. Now, next up, we're going to get blasted with all their Primes.
Tons of them. Now, they've already done Prime, right? Like, Prime is not a new figure for them. They've done multiple versions of their Prime, but now they're doing the Prime color verse.
And here is the rest of them. Sorry, my throat's a little bit scratchy. I finally got a cold.
Oh.
Yeah.
The upper right is somewhat unique, right?
Yeah,
because unique look.
You almost think it's the sleep mode prime. Then you see, oh, he's got a blue head and blue legs. What's going on here?
Partially dead, dying.
Yeah. He just needs to be amputated from the neck down to the knees, and the rest of his parts are usable.
Yeah, if anyone knows if that's a reference to something that I'm not getting, I don't see it. I just see a very strange figure, mostly.
Well, I will have to say StreamYard is acting weird, and chats are not catching up. So
boo. Okay.
We're not ignoring anybody. Let's see. Next up is more Galaxy toys, and one of the weirdest releases they're doing so far. Like we mentioned, what they're doing with these extra Seekers in the 3-packs that are now 4-packs. Red Wing's coming by himself.
Yep, in the most confusing packaging I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, and you know what? I should have added that to the slideshow, but I didn't even think about it.
So his package shot actually says mini 13 through or 12 through 14, but it's just him, and he's 13C. So
yeah,
you tell us what that means. We'll find out.
And you are in on all these Seekers, so you're gonna have one more added to the collection.
Yeah, might as well. If there's a chance to do the color burst of Seekers for a, smaller and cheaper scale, might as well try it for once. I didn't do it back with classics back in the day, so might as well jump in.
Let's see. Next up, I am too famous for the chat. I saw that. HCC, welcome. Let's see. Now moving on to Legends, we have the Iron Factory Samurai Series, Beast Wars, Megatron.
It's a good fit.
Yeah. Let's see. Here is some more images with him in Beast mode. They're sticking with the same smile like he normally has in the cartoon. It's like I've said multiple times, like I really like the look of these, and Megatron's one of my favorite designs. Beast Wars Megatron, a purple T-Rex. I'm not pulling the trigger on these.
They're neat. I'm not either, though. I'm not really into the whole samurai look on my Transformers.
So something that kind of came out of nowhere. We had a Weibo user reviewer get this and have no information on it, and he needs to trim his coke nail on his pinky finger because that's all I can see right now. But yeah, I know you're pretty excited about this, Anna. We don't know who this is, but there's telltale signs of who this belongs to.
Yeah, so it has Magic Square hands. And anyone who collects Magic Square figures knows that they pretty much use the same hands for everything with very minor variations. Those are definitely Magic Square hands. And there's also the tabs on the back, the way the back of his legs tab together, you can kind of see. That's something pretty much only Magic Square uses. Now, the DX9 minis did borrow that, but those were pretty much Magic Square figures. Right. And oh gosh, what is it called? The train bots. They're made by
Saiyan Culture.
Saiyan Culture, thank you. The Saiyan Culture train bots use a little bit of that in their transformations as well, which they're also aligned with Magic Square. So this is probably Magic Square or someone who is working with Magic Square again, making us a Computron.
Yeah, and this is what, our second Legends Computron? Who was the first
So
one?
glad I didn't pull the trigger on Craftsman Toys. I guess Craftsman Toys looks good, but this looks right. So I find that, the neat kind of, it's a G1 figure, but he's a little bit different. I enjoy having them, but they don't usually live with me forever. If I get the more accurate ones, they tend to live with me a lot longer. So
it makes me wonder, like somebody mentioned in the chat, the red is bleeding through my monitor. I'm wondering if this is like the final version, because that is a deep red.
It's a little ridiculous, but that's kind of what the Unite Warriors version looks like too. Right. It's a much darker red on the Unite Warriors, but it's kind of just red.
Let's see. Next up, we have.
I'll be back.
Guess who's back?
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
You gotta put your back into it, dumbass.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
Let's see. So there was actually a couple reissues this week. First off, Magic Square is reissuing their MS-B31 Detective, or as everybody would know, a Legend Scale Hound.
I meant to grab mine off the shelf so I could show it tonight with us. Talking about him, he's so good. Like, this is a really, really great hound. Like, I was playing with my recent generations detritus, that's basically the hound mold they're currently using for the Earth mode hound. And yeah, it just doesn't compare. This Magic Square toy is so darn good. Like, it's everything the MP should have been, but it's not so scary as the MP. And it's little, it's Magic Square, but it's so good. So good.
Yeah, definitely improved on what Takara did, right, with their hound mold.
Certainly.
And then see, next up, moving on to Laser Cat Toys, they showed off an update on their Rise of the Beast Bumblebee.
So weird.
Yeah. LP, I know you didn't know what MTE meant when you guys did your show last Wednesday. You know it now. I know you do. Let's see. So here's some more images of them. More than meets the eye, by the way. I
can't help it.
It looks like he has light up eyes, but so.
Oh yeah, and lit up hands maybe for his guns.
Yeah, for the guns. And then here he is in his chubby little car mode.
So there's a part of me that kind of wants to get some of these like chibi-fied figures. Yeah. Like, I always look at them, I always think, like, wouldn't that be fun? But again, it's what I was saying earlier with the will it stay on my shelf for more than 6 months, a year, or whatever. Probably not. Right.
A rental.
Yeah, and I don't like renting. I don't like renting toys. The toys, remember, they hate you for renting them.
And then next up, maybe you should start with Abominus.
See, and this is why. This is why I've been considering it, because I really like that. Everything I've seen about this Abominus, the chibi scale really works with silly monsters.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, ooh, maybe this is how I want to try this. But gosh, they're not that expensive either, right? These sets are running like 100 to 120 for the full set of 5.
Yep.
And they're not that small. Like, they're pretty big for what they are. So I don't know. Like, it would probably be a worthwhile thing to play with, to give a shot. They look neat.
Yeah, and what is this? Their 4th combiner? They've done Bruticus. They've shown off Superion. They've done Volcanicus and
Hurricane.
Yeah. Speaking of combiners, kind of. What the hell is Make Toys doing?
I feel so justified again when I was the one saying, no, that last one's Onslaught. I'm pretty sure it is. And everybody else was like, that would be stupid, Anna. Why would they make it Onslaught? I don't know why they're doing this. I don't know why Make Toys does anything.
Yeah.
But they're doing this. They're making the combiner torsos. It's Silverbolt. Why?
The only thing, like, I was like thinking about today, like, I've had a pre-order for Make Toys as Highbrow for about 3 years. So I wonder if they're throwing pieces in here and there as they retool these or repaint these to like pay for that highbrow that they're probably never going to make.
They'll make 7 highbrows just for you.
Right. And then here's what he looks like in jet mode. I don't think those cannons are reused from the Onslaught, right? Because Onslaught kind of had his own different cannons.
I think they're playing with the cannons. Yeah, I think they're playing with the cannons. I think that's a new head too. I think they did a new head to make him look worse. It's just a terrible face.
Like, it's so derpy.
And like, okay, the yellow on Silverbolt has never really worked, right? It's always been kind of a ridiculous color. It looks so bad on this mold.
Yeah. I almost feel like if they would have went a little bit closer shade to white instead of this gray, it probably would have looked a little bit better. But like the yellow looks so bad.
But if you're one of the many people who took the relationship that's been shown throughout the Transformers between all the different airplane guys, and you want to ship Silverbolt into the Seekers, you can do that, right? You can say, oh, well, the Aerobots actually did betray the Autobots when they were thinking about defecting in those old G1 episodes, and look what happened. Silverbolt just became another Seeker.
Yep.
Sure, make it your own canon.
Let's see. So next up we have Craftsman Toys. Yeah, Craftsman Toys. Their Grimlock. Some updated images. Pre-production samples, pretty much. And it's kind of they're in the process, and so this does combine. This can form Volcanicus, and I'm really liking what they're doing here with the head sculpt and just those sharp teeth. And but you know, this is another stylized version of Volcanicus.
It looks pretty cool.
And I think on this post, they mentioned that the rest of the team will be shown for this entire year. They didn't say if it was going to be completed by the end of the year, but all the other members will be shown. And I think there was like a leak of Swoop that I saw on Facebook.
I think I saw that too.
Next up.
Here we are. The Star Sabers. So some of us, me, may not be entirely satisfied with the HasLab Star Saber. So this wonderful company I've never heard of, Tyrant Toys, has decided to make us a Star Saber that is, I don't know, some people are saying it's legend scale. Really, it's about the same size as the HasLab, right? This is like 9.6 inches versus the 9 inches of the HasLab.
Yeah.
Could be a HasLab stand-in. If you look at your HasLab and you think, wow, this is terrible, maybe you just switch them. You get this beautiful looking figure.
And hopefully his gold on his chest doesn't flake off like the Hasbro one did.
Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully not. Various versions of Star Saber like to have flaking, and this one hopefully won't. It looks really good. It's one of the more anime accurate versions of Star Saber we've seen.
Yeah, definitely more angular, like it does come from the animation.
Yeah, and it actually uses mostly the same shoulder joints as the HasLab, but it makes them not look hideous. Because the shoulders on the HasLab killed it for me. They look really rough, but they do the same thing here and it works.
I think it's funny how it seems like all these Asian designers and photographers always have to do the pelvic thrust mode.
I knew you'd say that. I knew what you were about to say.
Yeah, never fails. I don't know, but it definitely looks good. Like if this was something in masterpiece scale, I might be into it.
It might be kind of one of your best bets for Star Saber.
Yeah. But there might be some more Star Saber.
Other options.
I didn't realize I had this many pictures. So here we go.
Yeah, fun.
Iron Trans. This is another reissue, kind of. This one is it? I thought it like the paint was a little bit different.
I'm not sure. I'd have to really take looks because you said last night that you felt it was a little brighter. I'm not certain that it's a little bit brighter. It might be. It might be a little bit brighter.
I think it's supposed to be more animated colored wise, but yeah, they didn't go very far if they did. The only thing I do know is this is limited to 500 pieces.
Mm-hmm. Which is kind of a small run for Transformers collectors, right? Like depending on how niche it is. And Star Saber is pretty niche for our market, but Japanese collectors, like, he was a very popular character in the series. You know, he was the main character. He's what Victory entirely revolved around. So he's a lot more popular. And if it's 500 worldwide, we're sharing. So if you really want it, you should jump in. It's huge. It is a 14-inch tall figure. This is a very big Star Saber. It's probably properly MP scaled.
And they showed this, so I'm assuming it's stamped on the wing as well. What number it is?
Not that appealing to have a stamp number on your wing like that.
Right. I'm trying to think, and that looks like it's the wing that's the like the rudder that's in that's on the leg.
Oh yeah. So it'll definitely show up.
So
maybe it's the part that folds in though.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So you won't see it as well.
But yeah,
you will see it in jet mode if you ever have a minute.
Because if you look at this image right here on the right hand side, it's concave on the outside where.
Okay.
So that would be my guess. It folds in. So now we have 2 Star Sabers to decide to buy, but don't we have a bunch of Star Sabers already, Anna?
There are a bunch of Star Sabers. So I was trying to edit the slide right as you locked it, so I have like the beginning of an edit in there. So we've had a bunch of Star Sabers over the years, but not that many, right? And I've been kind of thinking, you know, we're all collectors. We all want to have our perfect displays one way or another. Many of us want just that perfect option for whatever character we want. You know, we want the best Sunstreaker, we want the best RC, we want the best Trypticon, whatever things on my desk here. We want the best of everything. And we have to kind of figure out what works for us. So I kind of wanted us to go through the different options that were available for Star Saber. Because, you know, I've had the HasLab on my shelf for years now, apparently. Apparently that was a 2022 HasLab. So it's been around for quite a while, and I've never liked it. I do not like that figure, but I like Star Saber. Victory is pretty cool. And if you've ever watched Victory, you know that Victory is very much the Star Saber show, right? Like, he is just as big as Jinrai was in Super God Master Force. Poor Caleb, I'm trying to talk while he sneezes.
Oh, I know. I'm about to go blow my nose. I just went in a sneezing fit.
So you'll notice in the middle, we have the kind of grade one there, right? That's the G1. The G1's still a good option. It is really difficult to get though, especially because it never really got a release in Western markets. So you would have to import it, and it's very old and it's kind of rare now. So getting that and the Victory Leo to go with it is not an easy thing to do. There are also some kind of oddball, like the Kabia kits and some of the non-transforming statue type things that got released between the original Star Saber and the Robot Masters beside it. But in 2004, Takara did a line called Robot Masters, which was kind of like, you know, classics before classics type of deal, where they released some figures. They're small, right? That's a really small Star Saber. So the original it's a pretty big toy, but then the Robot Masters is a very small toy, like sub deluxe is what I mean to say. There is a Victory Leo to go with it though, so you can still make Victory Saber out of the Robot Masters, and it's a relatively well-liked figure. You know, it doesn't have all the articulation that we think toys should have now, and in fact lacks a lot of articulation, like knees, that you might want things to have, but it's a pretty good looking, very small Star Saber.
Yeah.
Then of course you have lovely HasLab, right? You have the lovely HasLab that none of us being me really like. A lot of people love the HasLab.
I mean, I sold mine, but I mean, I sold most all my mainline stuff.
You did. And then below that, we have the MP, right? So there actually was an MP Star Saber way back in the earlier days of MP. He was one of the characters that delved into Japanese G1.
Right.
I think people pretty well like MP Star Saber. It's a much older MP figure. They didn't really hit articulation in all the ways they do now. And he's pretty tune accurate, but he's just not that articulated.
Yeah, I don't think he can do the pose where you can hold both arms hold the sword with both arms.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So if you really wanted a Star Saber, like a G1 style Star Saber, those are pretty much your options. One of these guys or the last two that we just talked about. Those will kind of give you your options for what you want for a really general, normal looking Star Saber figure. Of course, we have our oddballs, right? We have our Flame Toys. That's its own stylized kind of oddity. And then we have Planet X that made our one version of an IDW Star Saber. He's a very different character. The thing is about pretty much all of these, though, they're all pretty expensive because Star Saber is just not really a Western Transformers character. So you're either looking at the import fees of the original or the Robot Masters or the MP, right? All of those didn't really have a real US release. You're looking at the rarity tax of the HasLab.
And I think the MP was KO too, so buyer beware when you're buying the MP on eBay.
It was, and that's one of the ones I've heard bad things about the KO. So I've heard that the KO is a little prone to breakage. Almost all of these have an option for Victory Leo. So if you want to get a Victory Leo to combine with it, the one that goes with MP Star Saber is not official, right? That one's the KFC Simba that goes with it, but it is there. There's not one for Iron Trans yet, but there that might be in the next slides.
Right. And the one for Iron Trans is supposed to be compatible with the MP.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah. So you can do either one. That's pretty cool. Oh, and here's the Planet X one. Yeah. So as I said, if you want a G1 Star Saber, the other ones are your options. If you liked his appearance in the IDW comic, I don't know you anymore, but you can also go buy this, right? You can get your Planet X Cadmos.
He was a bit of controversial how he was in the IDW comics.
I did not like it, and I'll tell you why I didn't like it, because you'll hear me saying things like this a lot as we read the Energon universe. I thought it was a little disrespectful. I thought it was a little disrespectful to take one of the main heroes from Japanese G1 and turn him into a super terrible villain, right? Like Star Saber was awful in the comics, and it just did not feel right, because all the other hero characters who show up in the Western animation were all kind of preserved as at least they tried to be good guys. You know, Optimus had flaws and everything, and that was all neat, but Star Saber was just this evil, you know, evangelical dark paladin type character. He was a zealot. He was an evil zealot.
Well, you know, they kind of depicted Optimus. He had his evil streaks as well, so it seemed like they wanted to do that with the hero. Yeah,
he was flawed, but in the end, he kind of also got to still be Optimus.
Yep.
And I feel like Star Saber never got to be Star Saber, right? He was just an entirely different character, just the villain. They did make him look a little different, at least, which you see here. So that's all good.
And then here it is. Here's the Iron Trans Lion King.
Yeah, so if you decide to go Iron Trans, they're producing a kitty cat, so you could have it. And it looks good.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good looking Victory Leo. I'm not sure how accurate it is really, but like I feel like the bot mode's pretty good. I'm not sure the cat mode is super accurate.
Right.
That's okay.
I think it's funny they call theirs Lion King where KFC called theirs Simba. It's like
Simba.
Yeah. So the one image is right here. This is combined with the Takara.
Oh yeah, okay. So will it combine with their own then?
Yeah, it'll combine with their own as well.
Theirs is significantly bigger than the Takara, isn't it? Or was the Takara bigger than I remember?
And that I don't remember because I never owned it.
I haven't touched that thing in a million years.
And then here it is in ship mode.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to get
So
that because. Go ahead.
No, I was going to move on. So finish.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say Hasbro and other companies have given us so much victory lately. You know, we have multiple options for Lio Kaiser, we have multiple options for Defsaurus, we have multiple options for Road Caesar. Oh wait, no we don't. Road Caesar always gets abandoned.
Right.
That sucks. So might as well get some better options for Star Saber. And I think there's a lot of good options out there. I just think these two new ones will probably be the most budget friendly because all the imported ones cost way too much now.
Right.
Even Robot Masters is well over $100 if you want it, even though it's teeny tiny. It's a little guy.
So so last but not least, so we've already seen a lot of this Galvatron from X Transbots, and there was a little bit of comparison between the fans' toys, and like a lot of people are really enjoying the X Transbots versions. And here's kind of a comparison. I'm happy with my fans' toys. And I mean, take your pick. The X Transbots is a little bit cheaper than fans' toys, but like typical fans' toys fashion, they make a complicated transformation, and the reviewer might have done the transformation wrong. But if you look on the bottom right corner image, his arm is out in cannon mode, and it looks like he's just hugging himself. The cannon is an all-in-one transformation, where everybody else just swaps out the cannon. And there was a few memes this week that kind of like showed up. And this is the comparison from their blast effects. So on the right side is fans' toys, and on the left side is X Transbot. So they did the better blast effect. But here is Galvatron hugging himself, and then somebody was comparing it to this like little huggy pillow.
It's a weird pillow. I like it. It's half a person.
So yeah, that's all for the news. Now, there was some people that have been asking questions in the chat. Like Laserpants has been asking just a butt ton of questions. I think he's being trolly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not so bad.
But it's like he was asking, like he asked earlier, what does more than meets the eye, or MTMTE stand for?
And you explained.
Yep. Stu did ask a question. So we're having issues with StreamYard where chat wasn't populating. I thought this was pretty funny. If StreamYard was a transformer, which one would it be, and why is it wheelie? But
I guess it'd be Movie Bumblebee though, because I always lose my sound. Who's better, Starscream or Rat Trap? Definitely the best two characters to compare. They're very similar. That was another beef I had with the IDW comics, right? They made Rat Trap a bad guy. That was terrible. I love Rat Trap.
Yeah, he was kind of like in the background, a shady character. Yeah.
Yeah, he was just a little... He was like Starscream's Igor. It was a very strange role for Rat Trap, I thought, but whatever. It's a weird use of the character. But I want to say, like, we sometimes remember to say this. Let us know what you think was the coolest news of this week. What, like, really got you thinking, like, I need to buy that. I want that. I'm excited. Or, I need to quit Transformers because this is dumb.
Well, I think probably Optimus Prime, because he's like Transformers Jesus, right? Always comes back to life after death. Although
Optimus Prime will definitely get a profit-like ending in Beast Machines. Very strange ending. But do you remember, like, I remember when people were all, like, really into Beast Wars back in the day. Everybody was all like, Beast Wars is so much better than the original Transformers. And then they finally did that episode when they visited the Ark, and you see how small the Beast Wars characters are compared to the G1 characters.
Yep. Thanks for hopping in, Jedi Ben. Good night.
Yeah, as everyone shares their favorites, you ready to talk comics?
Hold on. I'm trying to answer some of these questions, but I probably won't get to all of them.
You didn't ask you, though. You asked Taylor 180. We
What's...
don't know Taylor 180.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who that is.
You're Taylor 1980.
Can't even get my name right. It's kind of like his show on Wednesday. What is that show called, Abby? I don't remember. Midnight Mayhem? Was that what it's called? Midweek Mayhem? All right, so let's get into the comic books, shall we?
Let's dive in. Or take a step in.
Oh, that's a bad pun.
I know, isn't it? It's so perfect. Yep. So this is one of the like defining scenes of this comic run, right? Like this one got a lot of publicity, a lot of people talking when it first happened. And it's a really good character defining moment for Optimus Prime in the comics. And I know I'm saying a character defining moment is he kills an innocent animal, but it just kind of shows who he is as a person, and it kind of lets you know that this isn't going to be, you know, the troubled Optimus Prime that we had in the IDW comics. This is classic, super good guy, super nice guy, wanting to value the earth, protect the earth. It's so beautiful. Oops, I just stopped a deer by accident, Optimus Prime. Oh no, Caleb, you're so quiet.
Oh yeah, yeah. So there was definitely some guilt there with killing that.
He's so sorry. He's so sad. And it's so funny to me the way Spike reacts. Because Optimus is so sad about it. And Spike's just like, whatever. It's a deer. Deer's stupid. Let's move on.
I think it's funny that they chose a deer. Like, because if you're trying to think real world, like he's going to step on a deer.
Well, they're kind of out in the wilderness a little bit, right? Deer always run into cars. Deer always run into semis. Get it? Yep. They try. There's some humor there.
Yep.
So this actually got them to have a long conversation about dads and families and deer and planets and all that stuff, where Optimus learns what humans are and humans learn what Cybertron is. We get to learn about the war that they're fighting. I do really like that there's a little bit of an implication that time might not be quite as ridiculous in this version, because they talk about a centuries-long war instead of millennium-long war. I just really hate the sense of time scale in a lot of Transformers, so it really helps when they put it down to centuries. It's still silly, but it's not as silly.
Oh, and we get our first little tease of Megatron as well.
His head is very wide in that picture. It's like that big. It's really great. But yeah, I guess Megatron hasn't shown up yet. We don't actually know what's going on with our little buddy Megatron, so maybe we'll find out later.
Well, just not here.
Just not here. Where is he? Starscream says that he's gone and Starscream's boss forever.
Right.
We also get our introduction to Cliffjumper, and Cliffjumper gets reactivated and gets to hang out with Carly, and they really hit it off on the right foot right away and become besties because he says some stupid things and she yells at him real good, and then next thing you know, they're good friends.
And then we get a little bit of an image of all the, I don't want to say dead bodies, but offline Autobots just kind of like laying there, ready to get put back together.
Yep, showing us who we can look forward to in the future. You can worry about who's missing. You can worry about who doesn't get represented in this series and what order they're going to put them back together in. And Ratchet pretty much just tells you, hey, we're screwed. We don't have enough energy to put everybody back together. We're going to have to throw Wheeljack there back in the pile.
Yep. Well, you know, the funny thing is, like, if you remember, like, the whole basis of the G1 cartoon was, like, an energy crisis. Like, because that was kind of like the thing, like in the 80s, like there was an energy conservation thing, and that's what these life forms came to Earth because they needed energy, and it's like a plot point they're keeping. It seems like that in any Transformers lore, they keep that
It's easier to keep it consistent. Why leave Cybertron? Because it's dying. Why is Cybertron dying? Because it's out of fuel. That's a good, symbolism to having natural resources that run out, which all planets do. So it makes sense that a technological planet would have that as well.
Yep. And then, so we move on to the, what is it? That power plant? Or maybe one of the city, but.
I confused myself in the reread so hard when they were talking about, the red and white plane that's kind of squarish and robot-like. And I was like, wait, Starscream didn't fly here directly. He came down on the Ark. They're not talking about Starscream. They're talking about Jetfire, who came over from Void Rivals. He flew from one book to the other. Pretty impressive.
So, you know what I thought was like funny from this one panel where Starscream's going, because we got the military jet, coming inbound, and look how like they remind me of how they transformed, and was that Age of Extinction, like the Galvatron disassembled himself, them. Yeah,
like a boop 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 into boxes. Yeah, and that's the way they always show transformation in this. They always show it as very kind of graphic, right? They kind of just fly into pieces and reassemble. It's very different than what we're used to. And then we get the military trying to fight back. They send someone to go fight Starscream, and Starscream isn't really challenged by our weaponry. He doesn't really have any problem. Just going, eh.
Yeah, it's almost like he's dancing in midair.
Yes.
And yeah,
there's another splat. Another splat.
Yeah, Starscream's go-to when it comes to pesky humans.
Yeah, so it's after the pilot ejects. When the pilot ejects, Starscream grabs him. He doesn't get the co-pilot, though. And the co-pilot, we find out, has a little familiar name on his jacket.
Yep.
That leads into a book we're going to have to read pretty soon. It's got him on the cover there.
The funny thing is, like, so his his parachute turns into like a jetpack. So that's like you remember? Did you have any Joes back in the day? The General?
Oh
Hawk
yeah, it's a wonderful
jetpack?
homage. It's really cool. It's really cool because the moment that happened, they hadn't shown his name badge. No one said Duke out loud, and the moment it happened, I was like, "Oh crap, that's Duke!" Like that's what they're gonna do. And then a couple pages later, I was like, "Oh wow, they really did that."
And another thing about the splat panel, like, we always talk about how some of this artwork is a little rough on the around the edges, but they did a really good job getting that glee look in Starscream's eyes as he's splatting the pilot.
One of my friends from TFLP, Phil, he really likes Daniel Warren Johnson's art, and the one thing he always says about it is he draws action super well. And when they do when they do action in these scenes, it looks so cool. Like the splat does look really cool. As much as I'm not really like as into like the gore side of things, like I like gore in gory movies, not really my Transformers. They do it really well here, where it's a cool action scene, and it's great trauma for Duke.
Right.
Which again, we get to read about soon. All of his poor trauma, poor Duke.
Yeah. More for that later.
And then we cut back to other humans to traumatize, and we find out that things are burning, and I guess they're established as teenagers, right? They're talking about college. So our two teenage friends are concerned about their dads and decide to check it out. Carly just has to run off and go find them, see what's going on. She goes to find her dad and finds, remember that Davy guy from the last episode? The first splat? Yeah, there's a photo of him with his daughter, because that was Carly's dad.
Well, and to answer the question, she's a graduate, because there's a picture of her graduation.
Oh, that's true. They did graduate because he's trying to go to college and she's trying to go to art school. They are graduated. That's true. So Sparkplug Wiki there he was a soldier. He's got all of his old military gear out. He's ready to go fight the Transformers. It's going to go really well for him, right? We know he's going to be able to shoot them real easy. No big deal.
So that
Rest of the
is the
series.
end of issue 2 of Transformers. So we'll move on to Void Rivals.
Yeah, and be sure to tell us how you like it. Like, everybody seemed really excited about the first issue of Transformers last week. So keep telling us. Oh yeah, it was high school, Celdron. It was the high school graduation picture that they showed. They're going to college.
So where we left off, Celia was in prison while Darek was being tortured, but then escaped. And
he pushed and he wanted Celia to be let out of prison because he is dumb. And he is attached to this lady who keeps trying to kill him.
And then as soon as like we see her getting out of prison, we kind of transition back to that Transformers representation that we have to have in every one of these Void Rival books.
Yep, we have to continue seeing this ongoing drama between Quintessence and our little Skexoid buddy.
Yep. It really doesn't go anywhere. They just say Zertonians, Zertonians. This is Zertonian stuff. This is for Zertonians.
They're really excited about this Zertonian stuff. We don't know why yet, right?
Yeah.
We assume that they're rare, they're forgotten, something's going on.
Yep.
But these Quintessons are really into it.
Yep. And now we go back to Celilla running into the person responsible for her freedom.
And they have their wonderful conversation again, where basically he says, I like you and trust you. We're friends now. And she's like, we're not friends. I'm mean. I'm going to keep betraying you. I'm a bad person. So great. But he continues wanting to work with her, wanting to work together. So they decide to escape together.
And it's pretty much all hands on deck to find them.
And Z-Boss is really upset.
Yeah.
This scene here kind of like, I feel like it's painting a little bit more of a picture because it doesn't really feel like their culture, at least the Zertonians, really have much, right?
Mm-hmm.
It feels like they're talking about waning resources, they're talking about suffering, they're talking about basically being on the losing side. And then we've got their leader there with a, table full of food 3 times as big as he is. He's a big guy.
Yeah. Kind
of showing that things aren't really so great in their culture.
Right. The kings are living like kings while the peasants are scraping by.
Scraping by, making rebellions, riding off on cool motorcycle thingies.
Yep. So yeah, the duo gets spotted and they're on the run. And they eventually get away and they go into the wasteland, I think they just kind of dub it as.
Yep, the wasteland where they'll never survive and no one can live through this, and well, this must be the last issue then, right?
Yeah. And then we see the big boss. What is this guy's name?
I didn't think it was worth learning.
Yeah.
He seems like a dumb bad guy.
Basically,
I'm so good at this. He's
telling whoever this we must revive Proximus. Whoever Proximus is sounds like somebody to deal with, because that's who he wants to use to hunt down Darek and Celia.
Sounds like a robot name to me.
Yeah. Just put a prime behind it.
I did like that he was very aware, his little advisor was like, oh no, there's no way they'll ever survive out in the wastelands. Everybody dies out there.
Right.
And, our evil leader's like, oh no, I'm John Rosavi. I know that they'll make it through anything. So I'm going to have to send stuff after him.
And that's how our issue ends. And the arc, the first arc, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The book here has a nice little end of chapter 1 that I was just like, what is this about? Right afterwards, it just says chapter 1 end. Oh, okay. Well, first part of the story's over. For Void Rivals.
Oh, did you already put it down? Oh, there you go.
Oh, I can hold it up, but
Did you actually have a chapter end on that part?
Yeah, I'm showing you. I'll show again. Here you go. Chapter 1 end. Right? It just shows you chapter 1 ends to show you that the first 6 issues are over.
I was gonna say, and that was the only break you got on the hardcover,
That's the
right?
only break in the entire thing, right? Is the chapter 1 end, and I believe the end of the book says chapter 2 end.
Okay.
Very strange.
So you're gonna rely on me to let you know when it ends.
When the page is in, yeah. When I realized right before the show, I was like, oh, I better make.
Yeah. So stay tuned for next week because we will be reading issue 3 and 4. So we're getting a double dose of Transformers next week. I think we might get to see Cliffjumper telling everybody that they're number 2.
Yep, we get to have more Cliffjumper time. We get to have more Transformers time. We're finally focusing on the main series of the Energon universe, I guess.
Yeah. I'm trying to not. I'm fighting another sneeze. My nose is tickling again. I'm trying not to sneeze before we wrap this up.
Yeah, I feel like last week everybody was really excited about Transformers, so it'll be nice to get 2 issues.
Yeah.
I feel like, the first issue is absolutely action-packed. The second issue was still pretty action-packed. I think it's got some good stuff in it. Like I said, that character-defining moment with the deer was just like, it was a big deal for everybody to see that. And, I think for a moment people were upset that they dared make Optimus do such a thing, and it was like, oh wait, no, this is character building for him, so that we know he's a good, nice Optimus. He's not the murder prime from the Bayverse movies. He wants to protect the Earth and all the little creatures.
Yeah, he definitely has that more heroic feel, like you kind of pictured him in the 80s animated cartoon, and
more heroic and extremely dad, right?
Yeah.
They really seem to be pushing the Optimus Prime as not only their leader, but he's also the Transformer dad.
He is that dad that wants you to watch wrestling with him.
Yes, he does, because he loves to show off all those wrestling moves. Don't worry, we get more soon. We get a very famous wrestling move where you beat someone to death with an arm. I mean, what?
Yeah. Well,
it gets really ridiculous, but it's a lot of fun.
Well, I think we should wrap it up. Do you have anything you'd like to promote before we head up?
No. As usual, I just have my Instagram. I tried to post something on it this week and couldn't really figure out how to post the video. So I'm really good at social media, but Caleb is good at social media. So take it away.
I do quite a bit. Yeah, you can find me almost everywhere at Talib1980_collects. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook, Twitch. Posting news daily on all those sites except Twitch. And then do 2 reviews a week. Tuesdays is Transformers Tuesdays, and Fridays is Action Figure Fridays. Those both drop at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Also, not immediately after Decepticast, but really close. It's starting at 1 a.m. is the live pre-record of the news and review of the week. So it's a little bit of a recap of what we do here, but I also have some action figure stuff on there as well. So check that out. And then also, lastly on my channel, Saturday night is Men on Films, where we talk movies. Last week, in celebration of the Super Bowl, which kind of stunk from what I've heard, we talked about sports movies. We tier ranked sports movies. I don't know what we'll do this week, but it's probably love themed since Valentine's Day is this Saturday. So if you're single like me and don't have anything to do, come hang out with us Saturday. And then also Figure Fight Club. I'm part of that. As you're watching us now on Decepticast every Monday at 10:15 p.m. We talk Transformers news, topics, comic books, and yeah. And then next up on Tuesdays is Open Mic Night. That starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, where anybody can hop in the chat. The link will be there. And Yeah, just don't be a jerk. Last but not least, oh, sorry, what was that?
I was gonna say we should have talked about the once ever Valentine's issue of Transformers.
We could do that the day after, right?
We could, yeah, we can bring it up 2 days after. Excited.
And then Friday we have a special guest. I have a video for it, and that's our here it is.
Trading tales and treasures, forever intertwined. From rare gems to customs, every figure's a star. Thanks to you all, we've come so far.
So yeah, 9 p.m. Friday, Yimbo reviews. I'm sorry, I had to sneeze again, so bear with me, folks. But yeah,
you made it through.
Friday night,
good job.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I've been good all year long, and now all of a sudden it hit me.
Yeah, this is brand new because even last night you were fine.
Yeah, it just yeah. But yeah, I like to thank everybody for showing up. Appreciate everybody hopped in. Stu for Lunch, Shogun Omega, Fig Fan Samurai, Zaldron, Billy Boy Toys, even Laser Pants, KJ Smith, Figure Fight Club, Jedi Band. I'm sorry if I missed anybody else. I'm trying to scroll up. Menhoza, and I know you wasn't in here earlier, but I appreciate you sending me that Sunstreaker, that blocky Sunstreaker to complete the whole set. So, oh, there you are, Menhoza. Appreciate it. But that's all we got for this evening. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night.
As we wrap up tonight's fun, the figures in talk, so we've just begun. Join us next time for thrills anew. In the world of Figure Fight Club, it's all for you. Make sure to subscribe and smash that like button. See you next week on Figure Fight Club, stay strutting. This isn't goodbye, it's just a see you later. In the meantime, go check out another creator. So keep your figures on display until we gather here someday. Remember the tales and the laughs we shared. Here at Figure Fight Club, you're treasured and cared.